Formaji YouTube video k lia oper jo tum ny story lik kdhs k oper tai men strong hook lik k do. Hook jandar. Suspenseful our curiosity si barpor hona chaye k mary vaur engage ho jn our video ko ntk deken. The forest was silent. The moon hung low, casting pale light through the branches. A cold wind rustled the leaves, carrying whispers that felt almost alive. She walked carefully along the narrow path, her heartbeat loud in her ears. Every snap of a twig made her flinch. Shadows twisted strangely under the silver glow. Suddenly, a soft, eerie hoot echoed from above. It was close, yet unseen. She froze, straining to locate the sound. The hoot came again, longer this time, as if calling her name. A shiver ran down her spine. The leaves around her stirred, though the wind had stopped. She sensed movement just beyond her vision. Her breath caught, mist forming in the cold air. Another hoot, sharper, almost mocking. Her eyes darted to a tree. Something perched there, larger than an ordinary owl. Its eyes glowed faintly, reflecting the moonlight. A whisper seemed to float from its beak, words she could almost understand. Her feet felt rooted to the ground. The wind shifted, carrying a smell of decay. The owl tilted its head, studying her as if weighing her fear. Then the whisper became a low, urgent chant. The forest seemed to lean closer, pressing in from all sides. She realized she was no longer alone. The shadows moved independently, stretching toward her. Every instinct screamed to run. She stepped backward, but the path behind her had vanished. The owl flapped silently, descending slowly, its glow intensifying. Her heartbeat thundered as her mind screamed for explanation. Something unseen brushed past her, cold and deliberate. The chant grew louder, blending with the wind and the rustling leaves. Her vision blurred, and a sudden, unnatural chill gripped her body. The owl stopped inches from her face. Its eyes bored into hers, unblinking and endless. She wanted to scream, yet no sound escaped her lips. A final whisper filled her mind, a warning she could not forget. Her vision began to swim, colors bending strangely around the edges of the trees. The owl's glow shifted, pulsing in rhythm with her heartbeat. Each pulse seemed to echo in the empty forest, leaving a ringing in her ears. She lifted her hand, trembling, to touch the cold bark of a nearby tree. It felt alive under her fingers, vibrating slightly, as if the tree itself was breathing. A faint whisper came again, this time from the ground. She looked down, and the shadows between the roots seemed to twist toward her. The chanting grew louder, a low, guttural rhythm that resonated through her chest. Her legs wobbled. She wanted to run. The forest seemed endless, stretching further than her eyes could see. Something moved quickly among the branches, too fast for her to track. Her skin crawled as a sense of being watched pressed down on her shoulders. The owl tilted its head again, and its beak opened slightly. The whisper was clear now, sharp, like glass scraping against bone. It spoke her name. The sound did not come from her ears. It came from inside her skull. Panic clawed at her mind. She stumbled backward over a root and fell into the damp underbrush. The cold earth seeped through her clothing, chilling her to the bone. Above her, the owl's wings spread slowly, casting a shadow that seemed far larger than reality. It hovered there, motionless, its eyes fixed on her. A sudden gust of wind blew through the trees, carrying 1,000 tiny sounds. Whispers, cries, screams, they all merged into one unbearable hum. She covered her ears, but it only amplified the sound. The shadows on the forest floor lengthened, stretching toward her. Each one moved with intent. They were not random. They were hunting. The owl flapped once, and the wind shifted sharply. A figure emerged from the darkness. It was humanoid, but twisted, as if carved from shadows themselves. Its face was blank, but it radiated a presence of deep, ancient malice. Her heart threatened to explode. She tried to scream, but her voice had vanished. The figure stepped closer. The ground beneath her seemed to pulse with each step it took. She felt pressure in her chest, as if the air had thickened into stone. The owl descended, landing on a branch right above her. Its talons scraped the bark, sending sparks of light into the shadows. The figure raised an arm. She noticed then that the shadows themselves responded, bending and twisting to form long, skeletal fingers. The whispering became deafening. It was no longer calling her name. It was commanding her. She tried to scramble backward, but something invisible wrapped around her ankles. Her body was lifted slightly from the ground. Fear made her muscles lock. The figure leaned closer, and she could smell the decay, like a tomb left open too long. A voice, low and echoing, filled her mind. It was neither male nor female. It spoke of things older than the forest, older than time. Her vision blurred further, and the shadows swirled around her, coiling like serpents. The owl tilted its head, observing silently. It seemed amused, patient, waiting for her to break. She could feel herself slipping into the chant, the words entering her mind unbidden. They promised power, but at a cost she could not comprehend. Panic surged. She struggled, but her body felt weightless yet heavy at the same time. The forest around her seemed alive now, each tree bending toward her. The shadows formed shapes, faces, screaming silently, eyes wide with terror. Her own reflection appeared in the shadows. But it was wrong. The face staring back at her smiled, though she herself had not moved her lips. The owl flapped its wings, sending a gust that scattered the shadows momentarily. But when the air cleared, the figure was